Well, hello, and welcome to Ramagama Plays Crash Bandicoot, which is honestly one of my favourite games of all time. It was the first game I got when I got a Sony PlayStation, which would have been Christmas to 1997, probably. I can't quite remember the exact age it was, 10 or 11, whatever. Brought to you, of course, by Naughty Dog, who continue to make games to this day. I think it was... I'm going to show up my lack of knowledge here and say the wrong thing, I think. Is it the Uncharted series they do these days, or something related with? Anyway, yeah, Crash Bandicoot, platform game, quite criticised actually, apparently, when it came out for being very samey to most platform games. They didn't really do anything new to the genre. But, you know, this was one of the first games I ever saw in 3D, you know, other than the crappy 3D games that you got on the SNES and the Mega Drive. You know, like Sonic 3D, particularly bad example. I remember waiting all day to rent Sonic CD at the video rental store, and getting it, and never have I been so disappointed with a game that I'd looked forward to so much.
Cortex, we have not determined the cause of past
Anyway, here's the intro.
Moron! This Bandicoot will be my friend, and he will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex. But Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do. Failure again. Capture him. Uh-oh. Prepare the female Bandicoot.
There you go, there's the intro to Crash Bandicoot, which doesn't actually kick in unless you sit on the title screen for a good couple of, well, a good minute or so. I don't think I even saw that intro sequence until years after, you know, playing the game originally. But enough fluff for now, let's jump straight in to into the game. Or at least level 1, Insanity Beach. Now, the goal of almost all the Crash Bandicoot levels, if you want to beat it 100%, you don't have to do this to beat the game, of course. You just have to beat the levels to get the ultimate end. Well, not the best ending, but the ending. The initial ending, if you will. Is destroy all the boxes on each of the levels, which will award you a gemstone, which get tallied up at the end. And if you have each gemstone, you get a special ending. I'll be trying to go for that during this Let's Play. I didn't actually do it when I first played the game. I think, you know, when I first completed Crash Bandicoot 1, I think I maybe had like 3 or 4 gems, you know, a handful. Less than you can count on one hand anyway. Just because I focused on trying to run through the levels. I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest. I was having the time of my life. So let's jump into the first level, Insanity Beach. There'll be no point in collecting all the boxes on this level. It's impossible to get the gem without getting a secret gem from another level later on. You still following me here, folks? So I'm not going to bother really trying to get the boxes. I'll run through, pick up extra lives while I can. Extra lives in the Crash Bandicoot games, much like, in fact, to a worse extent I would say than the Mario games, hands out extra lives like candy, if you're, you know, not dying at least. I remember my granny, I gave her a shot of this game. She'd never really played video games before. Died falling down this first hole here, back when I had my summer holiday up at my grand's house. Thankfully, my gamer skills haven't declined to that stage just yet. Kinda a bit pointless here, destroying the boxes. Lets you watch this cool little crab walking about in the background before I spin him into oblivion. Crash Bandicoot's actually, I read it. I really should try and find the article again. It was a huge and interesting read about the technical limitations of the PlayStation and how far they were pushing the boundary with Crash Bandicoot and how much of a technological achievement it was at the time. You know, like they fit just enough polygons on screen to maintain the frame rate, that kind of thing. The camera angles are used in the way they are to maintain the frame rate. Even like the jungle leaves, I think at some point I remember rightly, are hiding detail to give the game just enough speed to keep running. We'll pick up our third Aku mask there. Aku is the guy who's now donning our face, which will give us a brief period of invulnerability. Even though the enemies in Crash Bandicoot are 99 times out of 100 not your worst obstacle. It's the level itself. And if we'd taken the right path down the little choice here between the left and the right, you'd see a great example of that. In fact, we'll go back and see it, why not? Because there's a bridge spanning a chasm, which if you want to get the gem on this level, you need to get every box on this little rope bridge as well as all the others. Now, I used to keep trying to like bounce along, edge my way along each part, which is impossible. The only real way you can do it is if you get that third Aku mask and run across while invulnerable. You can see I make a small childish mistake there and bump into that turtle, losing my free hit point basically, but I've still got one left. Anyway, that'll complete the level, so we'll now get scolded for not collecting enough boxes, even though it was impossible first time through. Yeah. As you can see, although I didn't hit every box in that level, I definitely didn't miss 12. That's because we need the secret gem to go up to a secret area to get. I think it's 3? I don't know, we'll come back to that level a lot later on. I'll probably do a run through, just getting through every level, picking up the ones in which gems are available, and then another run through, going back, picking up all the gems I missed, that kind of thing. Now, been so long since I played this, I don't actually remember if I can get all the gems on episode level 2. I know it's either 2 or 3 is the first level where you can get each gem on. So I'm just going to have to play it cautiously and get every gem on my path, avoiding that smelly little raccoon while I'm at it. Luckily these take most of the work out of it, just jump on and let it do its thing. God bless physics. Do a wee spin in the land. Enemies are basically useless if you've got any sense of timing whatsoever. You know, it'd be like walking into a Goomba in a Mario game, it's just not going to happen. That's Crash's girlfriend there, or Tanya, I want to say, Tanya Bandicoot, if that's even her second name. So yeah, so long as it's been since I played this, folks, I don't have the timings down for like spinning into the Venus flytrap things, which I've just realised, I never thought of this at the time, they're pretty much stolen from a Mario games, even though they're not sitting in a pipe like their Mario counterpart. Anyway, that Tanya's head that we picked up, that's one of the bonus stage icons. You need the bonus stage to save, I believe, in the full version. And I'm not sure, I don't think the boxes from the bonus stage count towards the level total. They certainly do in Crash Bandicoot 3, but as for the first one, I don't think so. Now, see that little green gem in the background there? That's a green coloured gem we'll get later on. I think for fulfilling a special condition in one of the later levels. So I've got a feeling it's not level 2 in which you're able to get all the boxes, because getting on that crystal will take you... No, I think there's a bug. No, I thought there was a bug where you could get up despite not having the green gem, but I may have just imagined that. So we'll slowly but surely make our way through these rolling stone circles. Look at that, 4 in a row, fantastic. Oh no, this one's a little... It's possible to spin and just hit the life crate, but it takes a little bit of... Well, I'm going to say luck. Yeah, I didn't manage it, but I got all the boxes nonetheless. So, no chance from a Aku powered invulnerability spree, but that'll do. Now, let's see if I can do this better than the last one. That's it. Now... I thought there was a life, yep, I thought that, so if you just run and spin into it, you'll lose that extra life. Sneaky, sneaky. We'll now enter the Tanya bonus stage. They start out quite easy, in fact, laughably easy more than anything, but by the end they'll become quite little difficult sections of level. No point in bouncing on this thing for Wumpa Fruit. Like I say, the game does throw lives at you, at a really quite astonishing rate, as long as you don't keep messing up. So there's no real need to go out of our way to collect extra Wumpa Fruit for lives. There you go, save point, 2% complete. I was also really confused when I beat this when I was a youngster, because if you don't collect every diamond... Oh, look at that, I've got a couple of saves I've completely forgotten about. Final Fantasy 9 Legacy of Kain. Don't think I'll be playing Legacy of Kain anyway, anytime soon, so let's overwrite that. Another game that I played in my childhood, courtesy of a demo disc. Anyway, I actually got this game for Christmas along with the PlayStation, and I remember waking up early on Christmas morning and oh, that was stupid, probably shouldn't game and talk at the same time. Waking up early on Christmas morning and going downstairs to open the parcel when my mum and dad were still in their beds, and they were kind of annoyed at me because they were wanting to film me opening the PlayStation. I don't know how I knew I was getting it. I think my dad must have been speaking about it at the time. He was the one who was more into games at that sort of time than I was. But I must have known, went down, opened it, took it upstairs and woke them up while attaching it to my TV. They weren't best pleased with me for that one. But I didn't care, I had a Sony PlayStation, I had Crash Bandicoot, I was having the time of my life. Hell of an upgrade from a, 4-year-old, I was going to say Genesis there, 4-year-old Mega Drive at that point. Now, this should be the first level we can get the gem on, although there is a sneaky, semi-hidden area we'll have to contend with, which again I missed completely as a youngster. It's not like it's especially complicated where most of the secret areas are. They're, you know, hidden in plain sight would be the term I would use, but when you're 10 and you know you're just rushing through the game as fast as possible Christmas morning, didn't really pick up on these subtleties. Now, can I reach? Yeah, I can reach that Aku quite easily. Not easily, but in the end. Enemies almost useless. Take your time here or you'll end up squashed. Knocking them away left, right and centre. 3 levels in and we've already collected 10 lives. You can see pattern keeps going like that, you're never going to be in any danger. Plus we'll get an extra life here for surpassing 100 Wumpa Fruit, although I used to always call them apples as a child. Silly monkey. Oh, silly Bandicoot about there. Right, this will give me a wee burst of invincibility, so might as well make use of it. Whoa, that was harsh. I would have probably lived there. Now, here's another kind of horrible thing that I forgot about just until I died there. One of the reasons this is one of the hardest Crash Bandicoots, and indeed, if you would ask me, one of the hardest games on the PlayStation to fully complete, is if you die on a level, your run in terms of getting the gem finishes. You have to get every box on a level without dying for every level. So it's not simple. That no dying mechanic kind of, especially when you get later on to some of the harder levels, makes things a lot more complicated. So it looks like there won't be a gem this episode, well, this level anyway. These guys are a bit cumbersome to deal with, all you need to do is jump on them and spin them on the way down, but it's not as easy as it sounds. Wait on these guys to miss horribly and we'll get access to the second bonus stage. Bonus round, sorry, bonus round. Big difference there. Again, just a slight bit more complicated than the last one with the gaps in the floor and the TNT, but nothing in the slightest worth worrying about. Another spare Bandicoot being handed out at me. Another 2 there. Fantastic. Oh yes, 4%, no 6% complete, I remember. But I don't. Always thought it was 4 for the second bonus round. Maybe I'm thinking of Crash 3 there. As you can see, there's 3 out of 32 levels complete, 0 out of 2 golden keys. I'll get to those later when I need to pick them up. And 26 gems. So there's not a gem for every level. No, I'm thinking boss levels won't have a gem. Is that it though? Surely that's it. Don't even know why I'm choosing to save here, folks. No real need to. I could use a password. Be really old school. Anyway. Thought I was going to get caught in a wee sandwich there. Again, the little yellow gem you see floating in the distance there will take us further on, so... maybe I was wrong, folks. Maybe it is the 4th level as the first one. That seems pretty harsh to me. If you don't really know what you're doing and you jump into this game, you know, 10 years old, and you don't realise that you're meant to be getting every crate on every level, and then suddenly there's visible and floating gems guiding you down bad paths. Here we come to one of the first examples of one of the iconic level types in the Crash Bandicoot series, which is the boulder chase, where we're going to run into the screen as a boulder behind us tears down on us. Hopefully not too difficult. Well, the first section isn't there, just basically 2 small pits to contend with, but I have a feeling this one's going to be a little bit more complex. Nothing out of the ordinary. Don't want to run into those fences because otherwise they'll slow you down. Oh, there you go. That was kind of close. It does a great job of making you really feel like you're just on the edge of getting rolled over by the boulder, but without making it... It's actually quite rare, I think, in the course of this level that I've ever been hit by the boulder. Unless I'm blatantly loitering or running into the wooden stakes there. Oh, which I almost do. Not that many crates on this level. Crash Bandicoot 3 and possibly 2, when you hold triangle to display your status, would show how many boxes you had to get and how many were left in the level. But Crash 1 doesn't do it, so you're kind of just left by guesswork until you get to the podium at the end and you'll find out either how many you missed or get your reward of a gem. Which I'm hopefully going to get here. Yeah. Easily done. Update save game. I don't think you get any other option other than to, so I apologise for this little 5-second pause at the end of every level to save the game, but it looks like it's kind of necessary. Upstream. A kind of variant on the last level where rather than walking into the screen, you're walking away from the screen. I'll start out by getting a Budabaga or Aku Aku. The character name's Aku Aku, but I always used to associate it with the sound. Whoa, 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 whoa. Goddamn fish. Associate it with the sound that it makes when you pick it up, which can be best approximated as a Budabaga. At least that's what I hear. I think this is another level where you really need one of the colour gems from later on to get all the crates. Could have risked it and took the jump there onto the leaf, but I'll just bide my time. No point rushing it because you'll just look like a fool if I rush it. Whoa. TNT crates are counted towards your total, so you do have to remember to blow them up throughout the path. Whoa. Needy, needy little fishy. I really do love the Crash Bandicoot games. The soundtrack as well, quite incredible. Another life. Take a chance. Oh, why did that happen? Why did that happen? Did I just time that jump right as he closed his mouth, I wonder? I think I must have. Oh well. Some of them won't ever shut their mouths on you. Other, oh, for God's sake! Out of nowhere. Yeah, you can, as you can see, maybe the excessive amount of lives I'm being handed out is a fairly necessary thing. Oh, oh, watch yourself. Right. If you just hold up and run, the way the game, I believe the way the game works is you'll just sort of time yourself where you're never going to get snapped by a piranha or walked into a fish. But if you stop and loiter for a second, it just creates these moments where you might get caught by one or the other. Like this. Have to wait for it to snap before making a move. Ah, there you go, there's another yellow crystal which will take us round to the right there. Fortunately, no use to us whatsoever until we pick it up later on. Oh, whoa, whoa, that was stupid. As you can see, I knocked Tanya's bonus round icon away in a flit of panic, thinking I was going to slip off the rock and fall into the river, but we'll just have to persevere. As much as it makes me look like a complete divot who doesn't know what he's doing. Which for the most part is right, although I did love this game. I wouldn't say I was ever an expert at it. I mean, it probably took me a good few years to complete. This is Papu Papu. This is the first boss of the first island. There's 3 islands on Crash Bandicoot, I should have mentioned. So, it really is quite a short game if you're just going for level progression more than, you know, getting all the gems and the crates and whatever. So, we'll have our first fight against Papu Papu here. Not very complicated. Basically, you'll hit down into the ground and spin around. You have to avoid his attack and then jump on his head. Like... Oh, jumped too early there. Whoa. No. God, what am I doing here? There we go. Right. You always get 2 Aku Akus for the first level of a boss. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, no. Right. I am going to make things look really stupid here. Right. one more hit point for both of us. Come on. It's you or me, son. You or me. Come on. Come on. Whoa! This is what happens when you're out of practice, folks. You just get made to look like a complete utter numpty. Right, jump the first one. Jump. Right. Where has my timing gone? Right. Easily done. First hit point done. Right, come on. Right. Jump. Jump. Just like a skipping. Just like a skipping. Max, just as it's a little awkward to jump in 3D. You really want to be directly behind or directly in front of him. So you just have to... Oh, I didn't even mean to do that, folks. There we go. Haha. Take that. Yeehaw! Fantastic. Now, I suppose I really need to save the game before going further. I don't know that there's a save point in this next level. So I'm going to have to drop a save state. I never like doing this, folks, but sometimes it's all you're left to do. So that's going to do for the first episode of Crash Bandicoot, but thanks for watching, and see you again with episode 2.